far this spring, but the greatest contributor is ABS.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And why is that?
Because the word does not exist.
Good morning, Yankees universe, and welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Thursday, February 26th.
Where you from? Uptown, baby. We gets down, baby. I'm for the crown, baby.
And like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by the compañeros this morning. I got the lovely Grace Monroe and the fly guy, the Ace Avenue. Grace and Ace, I miss you, mother flowers.
I'm so sorry, y'all. It's my fault we didn't have a show last week. I was sick. And if you hear a little gravelly situation happening with my voice, no, you don't. Okay, just let it go. Let it go. I'm happy to be here. I missed my boys. I miss hanging out with the chat and everybody. So thank you for just bearing with me today. If I have a coughing fit or whatever, just let it go, okay? Ace, how are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I ain't hearing nothing about no coughing, no nothing. So,
Facts. I don't know what she's talking about, Ace. You know?
Exactly. You sound as lovely as usual, and it's good to be back with you guys. I miss you guys as well. We've all had a busy last 2 weeks, but it's good to have spring training back. Let's get it.
Yeah, I came back from Puerto Rico, got a sunburn in Puerto Rico on the last day. And you know what's fucked up? I landed and it was a blizzard in New York City. You know, there was a blizzard in New York City when I landed from Puerto Rico. But we are here to talk. Let's shout out the chat, one of the best chats that are out there on the YouTube sphere. I want to shout out my guy, Mr. Dev Finch, for becoming a 2-month member over here at Uptown Sports TV. Devin Finch, I appreciate you, my guy. Hope all is well. Jose Medina, mi hermano de la isla, is in the building. Jose, salute. We got Nathaniel Crenshaw in the building. Shout out to our guy, NC. Eddie Snaps is in the building. Shout out to my guy, Eddie Snaps. And one of the best that's out there on YouTube, our good friend, Jason Custodio, is in the building. Miggy Salvadori is in the building. El Delulu, Yankee fan, Los Yankees is in the building. Salute. Our good friend, Jonathan, is here. E. Mario, is it fixed? Yes, the live stream is fixed, and we are here live. You're watching us on Facebook, YouTube.
You talking about the chat?
Oh, you talking about the chat? Oh, yeah, because you had to deal with that yesterday. The chat is fixed. Go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
YouTube was on one yesterday.
So far.
English wasn't working on YouTube apparently yesterday. So, everybody had problems with that, but it looks like we're all good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go. John, the Beagle Dad, is in the building. Our good friend Geo Go Egos is here. And of course, Tina, one of the best moderators that are out there on all the YouTube sphere. Shout out to our good friend Tina and Jonathan as well. Guys, if you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Grace and Ace and my guy E from the Pinstripe Bugle is in the building. If you guys can, make sure you guys go and follow I got E, the Pinstripe Bugle, on Instagram. E, I'm gonna drop the link to your Instagram page in the chat. E and Future will be doing the post-game shows up here on Uptown Sports TV. We'll probably have the first one during the World Baseball Classic, so you guys can see like after Yankees spring training game how it will look. But we're working out the kinks. Just be on the lookout for that. But Grace and Ace, spring training is here. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's just so good to have baseball back, to have the sounds of the game going in the background of your life. You know what I mean? It's just so great. I was waiting to hear the infamous guy at George M. Steinbrenner Field, the beer guy. And I finally heard it, and I was like, oh my God, we're doing it. We're alive, and everything is great.
Shout out to that guy.
I mean, Aaron Judge looks incredible. It's great to see him. Just a privilege to see him play baseball anytime, anywhere, any place. So, I'm really happy. I love the little interviews that they do during the game with Aaron Boone and Matt Blake and some players as well. I love hearing all that during the game. Not in a regular season game, in a spring training game. It's great. All the inside information. Meredith's on, in rare form, obviously, already. We're going to have some new people in the booth this year for the S Network. We've got we've had several Joe Girardi games already, which make me really, really happy too. So, we're rolling.
Joe Torre is there today. He's there
Really?
as a special instructor and advisor.
Oh,
So shout out to Joe. I was there last year when Mr. Torre was able to be there. It was amazing. Had a great conversation with him during the Yankees Old Timers Day as well. I just gotta say, it's so awesome and dope to just say that having a conversation with the Yankees manager you grew up idolizing and watching as a kid. So shout out to Joe Torre. Shout out to the New York Yankees in spring training. Yeah, like Hector just put it in the chat. Mr. T, baby. Absolutely. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, that's got to be a surreal experience for you to see somebody that you idolized growing up and led us to the promised land. That's so fire, man. But it does feel like Grace was saying, I'm just going to piggyback off that. It feels good to have baseball back. I know a lot of people do have snow on the floor in New York, and we had some snow here in Virginia, but there is always baseball in the air. It's just something about the sun shining over there in Florida, how great it looks, the clean cut grass, the sound of the bat off the ball. It is truly the best time of the year. Calling these games, we're all getting back into the swing of things. And it also feels good to just not call a game with stakes, to just get back and just enjoy baseball and not really have to worry about it. Now, there are some people, Yankees lost that first game to the Orioles. They're like, oh, we're going to suck. This season's over. I'm like, bro, it is literally the first game of spring training. These games do not count. And then one more thing I'm going to add. I'm going to tell you this. I love the Yankees spring training jerseys. Those navy jerseys. I wish that they would rock those a little bit more throughout the season. I'm going to get myself one, and those things are fire. I'm going to get some of those.
Yeah, like you said, it's spring training, and I'm someone that growing up when the Yankees spring training was starting, I was locked in as a kid, right? Super upset that not every spring training game was like televised, so I had to run to the newspaper or read it from or listen to WFAN to hear like any score updates or anything like that. But like you said, it's spring training, even though it's exhibition, it's still good to see the guys locked in. And not for nothing, Aaron Judge looks like he's dialed in. Mr. Captain America is locked in for the World Baseball Classic. He had 2 home runs in his first spring training, or one of his first spring training games that he's played. And yeah, the captain looks more locked in. You remember last year or the year before, the prior 2 years, he had a slow start to spring training, slow start to the season. Everybody was questioning, oh, did Judge use up all the magic juice? No, he's locked in and ready to go.
I think that's the case for a lot of the players that we're seeing getting ready to leave for the WBC. We have so many players on our roster who are going to be playing, representing their country next week. So I think that there's definitely levels to the spring training, and you can tell who has been preparing early and who is almost in season form and who is having a traditional spring training. Players like Jazz, even Ahmed Rosario, Aaron Judge, obviously all these guys, and I know I'm forgetting position players right now, but all these guys are going to be representing their country really, really soon, and they are in form, and ready to go. They're rounded out and they look good. So it's kind of been an interesting spring training from that perspective, because you got these guys who are way ahead of everybody else, and then you watch another at bat and you're like, well, this guy sucks. And you're like, oh, wait, never mind. This is the first spring training game. This is where guys are supposed to be. Jazz and Judge and Rosario and Caballero, all those guys, they're not where you're supposed to be at spring training. They're way ahead. So, we got to remind ourselves of that as we're going along here.
Yeah. I'll also add on too, it's also an opportunity to see guys that we like, because the WBC is going to be taken away. It's going to be in the front and center. It's going to be taking away a lot of these players. So we're going to get opportunities in spring training games to see guys that we normally wouldn't. We're going to get to see some of the AA, some of the high A players get an opportunity. Like, there are a couple players that have shined, that have kind of stood out, and we'll be talking about that. So it's a good opportunity for everybody. Yeah.
I want to share a video real quick. Shout out to these 2 young creative individuals, the Pinstripe reporters. I do a lot of work with them and their mom. They're amazing. I'm gonna bring it up on screen so you guys can see it. They're at Yankees spring training right now, so they're on the beat for Latino sports, making content down there. But I just want to show a video that they had an interaction with Aaron Judge, and he came up to them specifically to sign only for them and just walked away. And this is how great Aaron Judge is.
Thank you.
I'm just getting these kids right here, man. Sorry about that.
Oh my God. Let's have another MVP season.
He said it should be 4. Come on, kid, with the stats.
You got this year.
There you go, buddy.
Let's go MP4. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Holy cannoli. Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Oh, cool.
Carter and
Oh my
Cooper.
God.
I love them
That's adorable.
tremendously. Shout out to Carter and Cooper, the Twin Stripe reporters, the twins. They're amazing. Shout out to their mom, Robin, as well, who does an amazing job. Like I said, they're going to be doing a lot of work with Latino sports this upcoming season when it comes to like interviewing fans during the game. So shout out to Carter and Cooper. Make sure you guys go and follow the Twin Stripe reporters on social media. Go ahead. Sorry, I just had to throw that in.
Holy cannoli guacamole. I love it. That's a little bit of y'all's culture, a little bit of my culture. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And Grace, when I tell you that they know their baseball, like they know baseball more than they could bring up stats from like the
That's
1915 Yankees, the lineup, the clip. They know their stats. So shout out to Carter and Cooper. Shout out to their mom as well.
That's awesome. That's an awesome clip. Judge is just such a great diplomat for the team, such a statesman, he's such a presence. I swear to God, I do not look forward to the day when he
Don't
is
say
no
it.
long. I know, I can't. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it.
Guys, the thoughts that were just shared are the views of Grace Monroe and Grace Monroe only. They do not reflect Uptown Sports TV or myself and Ace.
I mean, when this era is over, and we still have some years to go, but when this era is over, it's gonna be a real hole in our hearts, you know, from just the intangibles that Judge brings every day to the dugout, to the fans, to the field, to the feeling of the team in general, much less being the best hitter in the world. And I will not hear any opposing arguments at this time. Thank you.
If I can real quick, guys, when it comes to YouTube, we're sitting at 5,775 subscribers. We are almost there at 6K. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Myself, I will be down in Puerto Rico and Miami to cover the World Baseball Classic for Latino sports. I will be going live every day on the TikTok account, Uptown Sports TV, and on YouTube after the game at the end of the night. It's going to be me. It's going to be Julian, my guy Faris, my guy Joel from Latino Sports. It's going to be a bunch of us out there making content. So please, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. We're going to be giving you live content every day from the World Baseball Classic.
Amazing, Hector. I hope you have the time of your life. This is like an incredible opportunity, and I just hope that you soak it all in. Obviously, get the content, but also just like feed your soul and just have an amazing time. We're all going to be looking forward to following along. I think I can speak for everyone.
Yeah. I'm excited about it, and I look forward to doing whatever lives we do with you guys from down there in Puerto Rico or Miami from the stadium. So I look forward to that. But first and foremost, like I said, I've missed talking to you guys about baseball. Like, it's been the last show that we did was February 6th. It's literally February 26th. That's 20 days ago. We missed like 2 weeks of shows. We got a lot of news that's going on with the World Baseball Classic coming up, with Aaron Judge looking like Captain America 2.0, move over David Wright. But the one thing I think that's still in the show this spring training is the ABS system. What's your guys' thoughts on that? You guys go ahead, talk on it while I put up a poll in the chat. And I got a couple of videos to pull from. Go ahead.
Okay, so when the report came out early on that Aaron Boone had a meeting with the team, not just Aaron Boone, the staff had a meeting with the players, and they had decided as a whole that they were going to be what they called aggressive with the challenges. That leaked out, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to be good. This is what I thought. Chicken Little, the sky is falling, like whatever. But, oh my God. If I do not have to eat crow, I'm telling y'all, 6 out of 7 challenges were successful the other day. 6? Listen, put the league on notice, because we are savages in the box, and we are victimized by horrible strike calls, and we will be exercising our right to use that challenge system. And guess what? All of y'all are in trouble, because here come the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The ABS system has been, in my opinion, an overwhelming success. I like how it's implemented, where you get the 2 challenges, and if you get them right, you get to keep them. And to the people that are out there, that there are people that are a little bit naysayers when it comes to the ABS system because they just don't like changes in the game. Like the pitch clock wasn't a problem. You'll get used to it. The only thing I would say that's a little negative when it comes to it is like, and we haven't seen it too often, is it could be like as far as the momentum of the game, because there was a situation the other day where it did end the inning and then they didn't even bring it back up. And it's sort of like, are the players on the field? Are they off the field? But that's just from a fan standpoint. The ABS system is so quick, easy, seamless at the end of the day. As simple as this, 10 seconds later, you get the results. The umpires have been on notice. Some of our favorite catchers have been on notice. We'll get to that in a little bit as well. But it's been a success in my opinion. And as long as it's not going to be as aggressive, like Grace was saying, in the regular season as it's probably going to be right now, because people are testing it. You saw, who was it? Trent Grisham the other day. Second pitch to the at-bat, he challenged. And he won the challenge, and it ultimately built momentum because it put him – there's a huge difference between a 1-1 count and a 2-0 count. Trent Grisham put himself in a 2-0 count. Next thing you know, got a good hitters count, got on base, and then we had a nice little inning because of that momentum. But it's just a way to – it's just a checks and balance system. I'm all for it. These umpires – don't always get it right. Human error is always going to be a part of the game. That's just baseball in general. But it's just another checks and balance system to make sure the calls get it correct at the end of the day, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Some of the results, let me say real quick
before
you go. Some of the results have been like 0.1 of an
0.2
inch or what. Yeah. And you're like, oh man, you can't really blame the umpire at that point. Like, man, that was a borderline call. However, this is a way that they're all going to be consistent for this season. And if Aaron Judge needed another advantage, he didn't. But he's going to have it. He's going to have it now. Those low strike calls are a thing of the past that victimized Aaron Judge. You know what I mean? Heck, what do you think?
Yeah. No, I just wanted a quick second. First of all, you guys killed it with both your takes. Shout out to the chat. My guy El Don Sicario is in the building. El Bordy is here. Don, how you doing? Salute, 3 capital S's. Folks, we got over 75 people watching us collectively. Whether you're watching us on Instagram, whether you're watching us on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, click the link in the bio. Jump on over to YouTube, one of the best communities that are out there. Now, I agree with both of you guys when it comes to the ABS. Now, this is where I'm going to sound like an old person screaming from the porch, right? MLB, back in my day, I used to have a quarter, go to Coney Island. I would say MLB is going to have to redefine the rules of the strike zone and the rule book, right? Because we were taught that this is the home plate. If it clips the front of home plate, it's a strike. How the ABS system is being measured, it goes off of the middle of the plate. So you can have a pitch that traditionally will be called a strike. If it's a hair of an inch off, the ABS system, if it's a breaking pitch, is already broken outside the strike zone. But traditionally, it's already clipped the front of the of home plate. If you kind of get what I'm saying in my little word salad, I can't get my words out. But MLB is going to have to redefine in the rule book what a strike is because of the ABS system and how each batter has their own strike zone. They're using Aaron Judge's height. So if Aaron Judge, we already know Aaron Judge's bat, he has his long-standing batting stance. If you have a guy whose batting stance, he crouches, the strike zone may be thrown off because they're going off of his normal height, not his crouch height. So there's still some kinks that they have to work out, some little flaws in the system. I love it. I think it's working tremendously. It's very fast whenever they're challenging. It's one thing that I hate watching the NBA and somebody that covers it and as a fan and both a journalist. I hate when there's a challenge in the NBA and it takes like 5, 10, 12 minutes. You take the flow out of the game. You take the energy, you take everything out of the game, just like in football. And baseball, so far with the ABS, even the normal challenges, sometimes that could go a little bit too long. The ABS system is right away. And I think that's the one thing MLB wanted to see. How would the timing affect the game? Now that they're getting it out of the way, I can start seeing in the future more challenges being allowed during the game because how quick it is.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard, but I'm assuming that it's going to be in the postseason as well, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. If they're doing it during the regular season, I would assume so.
Yeah.
The only rule changes that are different are going to be like the
Runner?
Ghost Man. Ghost Man, yeah. Ghost Runner's not in the playoffs because like they want equal advantage in the postseason.
Right.
So like during the regular season, they're trying to get these games over, but they want everybody to be on equal footing. So there is different rules when it comes to that. But I assume they will be in the postseason.
Okay, I hope so too. I really, really hope so too, because that's where we're really gonna see. I mean, the true value. You don't want.
This is out 2-day strike zone.
I don't care if it's I don't care if it's against your team or against the other team. Nobody wants a playoff game ending on a bad call, man.
But and that's the thing.
It almost did last year.
It almost did last year. It almost did last year. Kudos to the Dodgers for understanding the playbook and understanding the rules. But when you look at it, regardless of what fandom you're from, regardless if you're a Yankee fan, a Red Sox fan, a Blue Jays fan, a Met fan, regardless, irregardable, you want the games to be called properly. You want the umpires out there calling the game properly. And this season, I expect an umpire, because we've seen them get in their feelings. I expect an umpire to get upset with the ABS system and throw somebody out, even when they're corrected, even when they were corrected. I expect an umpire to get sassy and somebody get tossed out.
Yeah, because they have their egos at the end of the day. Umpires, this is just another way to check them. Like there's some umpires that have retired from this, but you also have to take in consideration spring training is different. Because not a lot of these are major league umpires. These are umpires that are getting a shot to see what they could do at the big league level. So what will some of the good major league umpires do with this? There's just a lot of changes when it comes to ABS. But like Hector was saying as well, it's gauging the middle of the strike zone, the middle of home plate rather than the front as well. Also, is this something that you guys have noticed? I don't know if they're going to be doing this during the regular season, but have you guys noticed the K zone is out? Have you guys noticed that the box is gone?
I saw that in some of the games. It depends on where you was watching it. So I have, shout out to T-Mobile because I have MLB Pass for free for the season. When you're watching it on the MLB feed, you see the strike zone. When you're watching it on the local broadcast, some of them they don't have the strike zone in it. So it just depends on the feed that you're watching it from.
I haven't noticed, and honestly, that doesn't affect me at all. I don't care if there's a box up there or not. But I haven't noticed that. That's funny. That's funny that I've been watching it without a box and I haven't even noticed because I don't care.
Also, too, in spring training, traditionally in spring training, you don't see the K zone as much in spring training because they don't have the high tech equipment in those ballparks that they do in the regular stadiums.
Yeah, the camera quality looks bad in the you can tell the camera quality is
terrible. The Yankees put out a video. The Yankees put out a video. Shout out to that social media team. A lot of people hate on them. I know them people. They're doing an amazing job. They shot Yankees Spring Training one day off of a BlackBerry so people can see the Yankees won a World Series in 2009. We're going to show you images from Georgia and Steinbrenner Field from a 2009 BlackBerry. Fucking hilarious. Shout out to them. Whoever did it. It's awesome. Great content.
I think that wasn't it Brophy?
No, Brophy did the Yankees
did the vintage thing.
But the Yankees did theirs first, and then shout out to Brophy as well. One of the guys that's down there who works for Con La Bases and NYYU. But shout out to John Brophy as well. I can't wait to run into my guy. Love that man. But he did it as well from a vintage Nokia flip phone.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Shout out to Brophy as well.
Yeah, that was cool. That gave me vibes like my childhood vibes. You know, it was a throwback thing. That was really, really cool.
Yeah. I got a video that I want to play of some ABS stuff, and it's from Paul Skeens from the other day. So let's watch this. We got a few videos.
Another veteran move. Oh, yeah, we'll have a review here. Our first ABS challenge of the day.
Call the field as a ball. The catcher is challenging.
By T-Mobile, we will take a look, and it is a strike.
And also,
that wasn't even close.
What was crazy about that umpire is that sequence, I couldn't find the video. That sequence, in that game, he got 5 straight wrong, right? Yeah. He got 5 straight wrong. And then on one that he got corrected, the crowd started cheering.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is so funny. These people are so funny. I swear to God. Man. I mean,
that's why it's good because go ahead, Grace.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I'm saying this is why it's good because, like, it happened in the Yankee game the other day where a lot of times umpires are human. You know, you blink, you miss something. There was a snap throw to first from one of the catchers, right? And, you know, you're checking at first. Mm-hmm. And they missed that it was right down the middle. And Austin Wells is like,
yeah.
did you not call that a strike? And he's like, go ahead, challenge that. And it's right down the middle, because sometimes, like, if the catcher pops up to try to throw to second or snap throw back to first, the umpire gets distracted by where it was at. Instead of paying attention to where the ball was, they look to where the glove was at. And, it's just another way to check it. Like, but will it cost us in the regular season? Somebody's going to be pissed off about it. You can't make everybody happy. It's going to affect the game in some way, but it's even for everybody.
It really changes the dynamic of an at-bat. It really, really does. The other day, I saw Jazz, and I'm sorry, I can't remember what game this was, but Jazz challenged, and he won his challenge. And I'm not saying anything bad about Jazz. Y'all know I love Jazz. But he starts shaking his head. And I'm like, Jazz, don't do that, bro. Like, you won your challenge. Just go on with the at-bat. Don't shake your head. Don't piss off the ump. And then I thought, well, who cares if he pisses off the ump? He can just chat. It's not like the ump can punish him with a makeup call to get to Jazz. He's got the fallback system of a challenge. But then I was like, wait, no, still don't piss off the ump, because he can get at you other ways. Yes. So it's definitely something that we're gonna have to learn as we go along, just like anything else. But overall, I'm really, really happy with the ABS system. I'm grateful. It's going to help Aaron Judge. It's going to help Grish. It's going to help all of our batters. And if Austin Wells can also utilize the challenge system to help his pitchers as well, now he should never be able to make a challenge as a batter. Never.
See how triggered she got? Like, it was just the switch was crazy. It's just a click.
But as a catcher, if he wants to help out his pitcher, that's also really, really valuable. So I'm really, really happy. I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah, I want to shout out to some folks in the chat. Shout out to my guy, big time Jerry Cadill in the building. Jerry, I hope all is well. I miss you. I miss TC. I miss your other son. I hope KC Fun Time is having a good time as well. Ness is in the building. Our good friend Ness is here. Shout out to my brother from another mother, my guy JV in the building. Salute. We got the Stinger in the building. Sting is here, and we're gonna work on a new segment. It's called Triggering Grace Monroe, because I'm about to trigger Grace Monroe right now. So, triggering Grace Monroe. So we got this clip. Shout out to this guy on TikTok that made this video about Austin Wells. I'm gonna play it. I hope he's no curses in it, because I didn't see this. I just saw it was Austin Wells, and we're gonna dive into it.
Wells got trigger happy tonight. Dominican Yankees catcher Austin Wells got trigger happy today with the ABS challenge system. And it's raising questions on if people really even know what the strike zone is. You see, you get 2 challenges every game, but you keep one if you're correct and lose it if you're wrong. But once you get 2 wrong, that's it. 3 strikes and you're out. And Wells managed to do this in back-to-back innings, having the Yankees lose their challenge privileges by the 5th. Of course, people were having a field day on social media because the pitches also weren't even near the zone. But I guess he was just trying to do some experimenting or something. I mean, it was just a spring training game, and the first one at that. Let me know down below in the comments how you feel about the ABS.
I think, like I said, I think the ABS system is good. When it comes to Austin Wells and that situation, first of all, if you guys could see that group chat was amazing. Very PBS, PG-13, very G-rated. I'll tell you that. Very kid-friendly. But what I would say is that it was the first spring training game, and since then, he's been a lot better, and the Yankees have been a lot better. I know in the last game, Grace, you said it was 6 for 7. It was 6 for 7 from the offensive side. The Yankees got 1 wrong from the pitching side. I think it was the catcher that called it, and they were wrong. So the Yankees in that game was 6 or 8. Regardless, 6 or 7, 6 or 8, that's still a great percentile. 6 out of 8 you got right. So the first game, they was trying to figure out the ABS system, copy. I think the ABS is going to be a trick of Boone's sleeve, this system. If the Yankees analytic team, if they can figure it out, I think the Yankees are going to take full advantage of the ABS system.
Have we seen the last Boone freak out? I mean, RIP to the attitude. You know what I mean? Because, like, is he going to run out there and argue? Obviously not. He's not going to do that with balls and strikes anymore. I mean,
there'll be other ways to get thrown out. There will be other ways for him to get thrown out.
Yeah, I know.
Also, too, if you guys can interact with the poll that we have running in the chat, I forgot to mention it. We have a poll that's running. We got 21 votes, and there's almost 40 people in the building watching us. So if you guys can interact with the poll, give us a vote, give us a like button, reshare the live so we can get more Yankee fans in on the conversation. My fault, Ace. Go ahead, brother.
No, you're good. I could see a scenario where Austin Wells burns through 2 of our challenges, and then we need it later, and then that's when Aaron Boone comes out and gets thrown out. Because, you can still argue balls and strikes for there, but he's not going to go yell at Austin Wells. He's going to go yell at the umpire. So we'll ultimately see what happens. But I just want to get Grace's take on Austin Wells' performances, on how he did with the ABS.
Y'all are trying. Y'all are just trying. You know what?
I see you seething over there. She's like, Austin Wells, this...
I don't know what is going on. I want to believe maybe he's just working on some things. Oh, heck, you're muted.
I was saying he's been speaking a lot more Spanish this spring training,
Yeah, his Duolingo streams must be up there.
I'm at the plate. I'm at the plate. Like, honestly, I really went off on a tirade the other day to my husband, my poor husband. Shout out to my husband. He's so sweetie, and he just lets me vent and everything. But I just went off because watching Austin Wells at bats are so frustrating to me because, y'all, I'm not a professional baseball player, but I'm looking at it and I'm just like, bro, you have one swing and it doesn't matter where the pitch is. It doesn't matter where the pitch is. If the pitch is high, you're popping it up. If the pitch is low, you're rolling over. Because you have one swing. He never barrels it up. He never squares it up. He never squares it up, bro. Because unless the pitch is middle, it ain't gonna hit his bat. He's got one swing. It's like, bro, am I crazy? Y'all, I want you to correct me. I want you to tell me, Grace, that's not true. You're overreacting. That is just a perception. Because that's how it looks to me.
What I'm going to say is... That's perfect. What I'm going to say is, Grace, bro, let me tell you this. If I was a pitcher, I would throw him nothing but motherfucking strikes at the top and the bottom of the zone because he can't hit them. He can't hit them, bro. See now I've gone too far. And I've started saying he can't hit them, and I'm acting like I can play baseball, okay? So let me just stop. I was going to say, when it comes to Austin Wells, not even Austin Wells, there's a few players on this team, specifically young Yankee players that are on this team, that this year is going to be question marks for them. I think this year is going to be a proven year for both Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells, because a lot of catchers are going to get exposed now with this ABS system, because the way that front offices put weight around the ability to frame a pitch, for a catcher's ability to frame pitches, right? That is going to go out the window with the automatic balls and strike system. If the ABS system really takes off how we expect it to take off, the whole catcher being a good framer, that's not going to mean anything anymore. Just like batting average don't mean much to people anymore, just like wins and losses don't mean much when it comes to a starting pitcher. I think the catcher and their ability to frame pitches, I think that ability, it's not going to be as important as it was before the ABS system got implemented. So a lot of players are going to get exposed this season, more catchers than anything else.
I think I'll still be a part of the game, because I don't think people are going to go challenge crazy like that. Like if it's close, some hitters will just take it for what it was worth, especially when you get in the later stages of the game. If you don't have any challenges, you're still going to kind of need it. I'm not saying that Austin Wells is like super valuable. Offensively, he basically gives us nothing, and it's like ultra frustrating. But I mean, we'll have to see how it ultimately plays out. Look, let's put it like this. I'm not letting Austin Wells stop me from making other upgrades if another catcher comes along. I'm not going to be like, yo, and same thing with the Anthony Volpe.
See, listen. So he's a good framer. Oh, he's a good framer.
He was not trying. He really wasn't trying
anymore. You know what he can't do? Throw out runners on the base pass. Is he good at that? No. Is he he good at popping up? No. Is he good at catching pop fouls? No. Is he good at controlling the infield? No. He doesn't even remember how many outs we have. So you're telling me he can't bat and he can't frame? Well, I should say framing doesn't fucking matter anymore. Can't throw out base runners. Can't catch pop fouls. What the fuck does he do? Okay, I guess he calls good sequences. If you could do that, I can find somebody else, y'all. Oh, okay. Next.
This is what happens when a country Yankee fan from Texas hasn't been able to be on a podcast for 2 weeks, and her feelings have been frustrating and boiling on the inside.
Get him out of our faces.
Get him out of my face.
There's two things, and I don't mean to expose the group chat, but there's two things when Grace says that makes me weak. Get him out of my face, and Ace, get an iPhone. That shit is so
yeah. We need to put that on t-shirts. Ace, get an iPhone needs to be on a t-shirt.
I'm about to get that new S26. Let's go.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. No, not really.
Grace is shaking her head. She's like, Ace.
No, but I think what the points that Grace are bringing up, all jokes aside, are valid points. Oh, great point.
Facts.
When it comes to Austin, all jokes aside, like we were saying, when it comes to Austin Wells and when it comes to Anthony Volpe, there are going to be a lot of question marks to this system because of the new ABS and because of how long they've been in the system, and the Yankees as an organization and the Yankees fan base have been waiting for both of those baby Yankees to take off and blossom and turn into the players that we think or we expect them to be. You got George Lombard ripping doubles in Yankees Spring Training, and you got Yankees Discords going crazy. See, we got the replacement for Anthony Volpe. The Yankee fans need to take a deep breath, because now you're putting a lot of pressure on George Lombard Jr. George Lombard Jr. is not Connor Griffin from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Stop it. Stop it. Let George Lombard Jr. be George Lombard Jr. He's not Marcel Meyer from the Boston Red Sox. Stop it. You're setting yourself up for disappointment if you're comparing George Lombard with those other shortstops. George Lombard is a top 40, top 50 prospect, depending on what list you're looking at. He's not a top 10. He's not a top 5 prospect in baseball. Stop putting expectations on him that's going to weigh him down. And when he fails, you're going to be looking for the next scapegoat to throw in there. And then you're ultimately you're going to blame him and the Yankees organization for him not being a Hall of Fame player. Stop it.
We've seen some really exciting things from George Lombard Jr. Okay, I get why there are reasons to be excited about him. He needs his hit tool to come around. And the good news is he's got plenty of time. Plenty of time. So let him develop.
Yeah, defense is there though. The defense is like
it is.
Those plays that he's making, especially considering he doesn't play third. And I'm just like, I'm looking at those plays, like the arm strength is there, no doubt. The hit tool isn't there though, but that's what happens with young players. You gotta get it going. You gotta spend a whole year in Double-A, get acclimated to that. He like you said, he's got time. But I'm looking at it like I think we got a replacement for Anthony Volpe and Jose Caballero. I'm looking at Caballero like with the mentality that he's got to be going in this season of saying, I'm going to finally get a real shot for legit playing time every single day. And you're starting to hear some of the reports that if he's playing well, Volpe might get sent down to AAA even after his rehab, which is great. Jose Caballero the other day impressed me with the ABS, where he got not one but 2 challenges right that were like 0.2 inches off the plate and drew a walk. And then this MFer tagged up from first to second on a fly out to right field. Who's doing that?
He's so fast.
He is. It looks like a night and day difference at shortstop with Jose Caballero. If his offensive productivity can at least be average or even a little above that, give us like a 800 OPS. Give us like, you batting 260 with like 10 bombs in like the first month or so. I'll take that and give him the everyday shortstop spot, because like I said, it's a complete 180 from what we see over there with Anthony Volpe.
Go ahead, Heck.
I was gonna say I got to shout out to Yankee boy Joe in the building, gifting 10 10 memberships. Yo, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Big Unk. This is definitely going to help out the channel. So I definitely appreciate you guys. All you guys that are new members to the channel, make sure you guys drop a thank you for Joe in the chat. El Consigliere in the building.
Let me read them off. The recipients of those memberships because of Joe, Texas Liberty, John the Beagle Dad, Sting, ABK, John, West Survey, John, another John, Ronald, and Patrick and Ross. Those are the recipients. Thanks to John. Appreciate you.
Yes, and just to let you guys know,
Joe.
during the season, right? When I'm live from the stadium, when you're a membership, when you have a membership to the channel, the lives that I'll be doing from the stadium during Yankees batting practice, it will be membership lives only. There's something just to let everybody know. So during the baseball season, if you're a member of the channel, you will get exclusive right there for the Yankees batting practice live from the field. You get to ask questions to any of the players that walk by. I normally get like 2 or 3 of the players that stop by, interact during the live stream. So appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much. I got this video that I want to play from Joe Sherman talking about the Anthony Volpe, Jose Caballero. I didn't want to misquote him. Shout out to Joe Sherman, one of the best beat writers that are out there. I know a lot of people love to give him shit, but this is somebody that he didn't grow up a Yankee fan like a lot of beat writers, and he doesn't care about like Yankee fandom. He just asks like straight baseball questions. So shout out to Joe Sherman. He does a great job for the New York Post.
Jose Caballero looks like a shortstop. Like the way that Volpe has to be full force to get every ball across the diamond, it's easy for Caballero. He has such an easy shortstop arm. Now, can Jose Caballero play 140 games at shortstop where you don't feel like the more you see it, the less you like it? I'd be curious about that. He was not an expensive player. He was a very talented player. He was worth a couple of wins above replacement every year. And the Rays, who should be loving that kind of player, said, why don't you take him? And so maybe the Rays have made bad trades. Like, they don't get them all right. And so maybe they gave the Yankees somebody who's really going to help them over a full season. But I am curious to see it. And I think he's going to play the first 30, 40 games of the season at shortstop. We'll see if he could consistently do that for a first division team in a market like our market. Jose.
Did you notice?
We won the trade. No, I was about to say we won that trade. Did you guys even know? Do you guys even remember who we gave up for him?
No, absolutely not.
Everson.
Do you? Oh yeah, that's right, Everson Pereira. Listen,
I had no spot on the team.
I wish Everson Pereira all the best. Love the kid. Met him at the stadium. Great young man. Met him at one of the autograph signings. Jose Caballero is what we needed.
I noticed that, and they talked. I think they talked a little bit about this on the broadcast. I can't remember, but Jose Caballero has added a leg kick this season, and then what happened? He hit a home run.
Bingo. And
I thought, oh Lord, they're trying to turn him into a power hitter. Let's not put the cart before the horse now. Okay, we need, Caballero, he's a slap hitter who can run out an infield single. He can beat an infield single to first base. That's how fast he is. Well, and then, we just need to get him on the base pass. But, that doesn't hurt to add a little power into your game. It was amazing to see him hit a home run.
And that's something that Caballero would admit to you before anything else, right? Because having conversations with him at the stadium last year, I remember during a press huddle, one of the reporters asked him about his game, and he said that. Literally, he said, listen, if I wanted to go out there and focus on hitting home runs, I can go out there and I can hit you 20 home runs, but I'm gonna have a 205, a 210 batting average. I'm not gonna get on base. I'm not gonna do the little things to help my team win. So I know the type of player that I am. I need to get on base. I need to use my legs. I need to be pesky. I need to focus on field. Caballero knows that. And when he was talking to us and told us as reporters, I'm like, wow, that's a maturity that some players, they do not have. And I think I mentioned it on the show that Caballero said if he wants to focus on being a 20 home run a season guy, he can do that. But he knows his other tools will get lost in the shuffle and won't be able to get utilized by his team. He knows his best assets is his ability to get on base and to cause havoc on the base pass, whether it's going for first, second, on a steal, or first or third on a double, or hitting the gap.
I hope he continues to advocate for himself and his game in that way, because the Yankees have been known to, favor the home run ball over all. And we can look at what happened to Anthony Volpe. They tried to turn him into a power hitter, and look what has happened to him. I mean, listen, y'all, I'm not trying to stand up here and defend Anthony Volpe, but y'all know it's been well documented what happened to this kid. Like, let's not let that happen to Caballero. Like, putting a little bit of power in your game, great, love it, copy, love, you know what I mean? Contribute in any way you can. Obviously, a home run is a great contributor. But I'm glad that, Hector, you brought that up, that he's well aware of trying to have a balance and trying to help the team the most that he possibly can. So I hope that he keeps that perspective. That's really important because we need that on our team. By the way, let me ask you, Ace, did you see the other day? I know you saw it because you've been watching all spring training games. Did you see Ahmed Rosario steal, or I can't remember if he stole second base or if he hit a double, but when he slid in, he did some push-ups on the bag before he popped up.
Yeah. He was showing out.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I saw that.
That was so
That's
funny.
the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that you need on a team, and it's this is the time to have fun. Just go. This is why spring training is fun, because you just get to go out there and just enjoy stress-free baseball before the Yankees dictate my entire mood in a month with wins and losses. I just like to just go and enjoy this, and WBC is going to be great too, because that's baseball that we're going to actually have some stock in, and it's just that good time of the year. But circling back to Jose Caballero with what you guys are saying is spot on, and I'm going to agree. I think he has a lot of value to this team, especially with the tools that he has. You put him at the 9 hole, you ultimately decide who is your leadoff hitter. Me personally, for me, it would be Jason Dominguez. Just saying, because like you would sit there and have that extra leadoff guy in the 9 spot. Imagine an inning where Jose Caballero, who's a very patient ball player as well, goes up there and draws a walk. He's on first base. He's dancing off first. All of a sudden, you're in the pitcher's head. You give up one mistake. Trent Grisham could hit one out. Trent Grisham could also, get on base, and you got that man, best player on the planet, right behind him. You make another mistake to them, it's a 3-run ball game. As simple as that. And like those are the type of things that can decide wins and losses in baseball.
In the 40 games he played with the New York Yankees last year, right? Jose Caballero posted a 134 WRC plus.
Wow.
Would that translate to an entire 162 game season? I'm not sure. For his career, though, he averages 5 defensive runs saved and 9 outs above average at shortstop for his career. If you just look at him as a shortstop, if his bat comes around, he can pressure the Yankees to keep Anthony Volpe in the minors so he could work on his game. Because if we're having a conversation of who is a better fit at shortstop for this season, who gives the Yankees the better chance to win at shortstop this season, it has to be Jose Caballero. Absolutely. If you want to say Anthony Volpe is in the long-term plan for the Yankees, copy. You can have that argument. Go talk to a wall. But for what I'm saying, who gives the Yankees the best chance to win this year? It's a healthy Jose Caballero, not an Anthony Volpe coming back off for a labor term that he has to rehab in AA and AAA to get back to where he was last year. It's definitely Caballero. And if you're saying it's Volpe, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah. And what precedence does that set? If Jose Caballero is playing really well and Anthony Volpe comes back, that's because that's your guy. Like that's the type of message you'd be sending to the locker room. I don't think that's going to be the case. I hope that that's not going to be the case, at least I should say. I hope that the Yankees would do the right thing and put the best players out there on the field. Now, if Anthony Volpe comes back, plays really well in his rehab stints, Jose Caballero struggling, the best man should get the job, and I will live with the results. I'm okay with that. But if Jose Caballero is even playing like even a third higher than him, he should get the job. The best man needs to get the job. It's as simple as that. I understand Volpe's your guy, homegrown guy. The story's great. Tell it to a bedtime story. But you just don't just give this man the job once he comes back. It would be crazy. And the idea that, how it would set the locker room to me would be crazy. And it would be unfair to Jose Caballero.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Grace. I'll toss it over to you. Oh, well, Grace is taking a sip of water. Guys, if you guys can, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We are here. We got over 101 people watching us collectively. We appreciate all of you guys. We're sitting on 33 likes on the stream, and we got 41 people in the building on YouTube. So if you guys can, hit that like button. Interact with the poll that I put in the chat a little while ago. We got 9 votes on it, and the poll is Jose Caballero the Yankees shortstop for the entire season? Interact with the poll. Let us know what's your thoughts. Personally, I think Anthony Volpe comes back and the Yankees are going to allow Anthony Volpe every opportunity to win his job back. But if, like you said, Ace, if Jose Caballero is playing good and Volpe's struggling in the minors, leave it with Caballero. And if the roles were reversed, if Volpe is tearing it up at AA or AAA and Caballero struggling, then you got to play the best person at the time. Right now, the best option is Caballero. Maybe in the summertime when Volpe comes back, it could be Volpe. But as of right now, Jose Caballero is my starting shortstop for the New York Yankees. And then you see Paul DeYoung, former All-Star with the St. Louis Cardinals, plays shortstop as well. That could be a nice backup veteran just to have on the bench until Volpe comes. And when you have to cut someone, you cut someone.
Yeah, I think we need an update on Cabrera. I just heard that he's not going to start at the beginning of the season. He's behind. He's still behind. I mean,
he should be, but he's going to start his first minor league. He's going to start his first like spring training in gameplay next week.
Okay. I think a lot of it depends on the health of Cabrera because, Booney likes to have those options off the bench. If Cabrera is for whatever reason Cabrera. Yeah, if Cabrera is for whatever reason not ready or available when Anthony Volpe comes back, there's a chance Booney could use the versatility of Caballero as that bench role. But if Cabrera is back, maybe that gives Caballero more of a chance to stick in the shortstop spot just because Booney is going to want to have some Swiss Army knife available. Now, they added the Grichuk guy, whatever. That kind of tells me, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but when they add a fourth outfield option, now I know it's non-roster as of right now or whatever, but when they add that option, it makes me wonder, like, what's going on behind the scenes that they think that they need to bring in another external option, a right-handed bat outfielder backup when, Cabrera plays outfield, Caballero plays outfield, doesn't Rosario play outfield a little?
He can play the corners.
So what is that kind of signifying? I'm not sure yet. We're still waiting to see how it all shakes out, but I don't think they're just going to hand the job back to Volpe. I really do. I think that they've changed their tone on Anthony Volpe lately, and I think it'll be more fair than we thought it would be. I'm not saying it's going to be totally fair, but it's going to be more fair than we originally thought. So Caballero can take that job if he wants. He's got to take it.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. But I mean, with the Randall Grichuk move though, Yankees are still seeking a right-handed bat. He played well against lefties 2 years ago. Last year, not so much. His last year's numbers were terrible. But non-roster invitee, like it's one of those things where I think it might just be a little insurance.
When I looked it up, I saw that he was like 270 batting average and a 500 slug versus lefties for his career. Now he's not going to be He's not going to be in a starting role. It's going to be in a bench role, bench capacity, pinch hit, day off situation. I don't hate the move.
Joe Sherman said from 2022 to 2024, he had an OPS of 941 versus lefties. Last year, it was 703 as he got older. So he's another older guy where, he's going to be depth if he makes this roster. But what does that mean for a Jason Dominguez if he makes this roster? Obviously, he would be going to AAA because the one thing with Jason Dominguez, I've watched every spring training game. First opportunity he got to go against a lefty, they pinch hit him for George Lombard Jr., and then every other opportunity, he's looked terrible from the right side. Like, not even close. No. The swing just looks like a complete 180. So maybe the Yankees are looking at that and saying, we need a fourth outfielder that can provide something from the right side and just let Dominguez go marinate a little bit in the minor leagues. And if something happens, call him back up. But, yeah, I don't think Randall Grichuk is the move, but we'll see what happens.
I think that's the perfect move you do with Jason Dominguez. You send him down to AAA. Right. You let him get as many as bats as possible, because in September last year he only got 5 at bats. 5 at bats for a young kid that you projected to be a big part of your organization for years to come. 5 at bats in September in a playoff stretch is not ideal. So you want Jason Dominguez to get as many reps as possible, and the best place for him to do that, unfortunately, is in AAA or in AA, wherever the Yankees. I would say AA just because it's better talent in AA when it comes to the pitching. So I would say put him in AA. Somerset is closer to Yankee Stadium than Philadelphia is, and Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So if you need him to go back and forth, the Yankees, Fernando Cruz did his rehabs in Somerset, just like Garrett Cole a couple of seasons ago as well. So you just let him ride that train going back and forth if you have to.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that, Heck, and I'll piggyback off of that as well. And then you've got a sacrificial lamb ready to go in Grichuk. Whenever Dominguez is ready, guess what?
Yeah.
Bye, Grichuk. Thank you for your service. It's been 2 months and it's been great. Now we're gonna call up Jason Dominguez because he's ready to face left and right.
Yeah.
Be the fourth outfielder from the left and the right. You see what I'm saying?
You don't get Grichuk because you're like, oh, I want his offensive tools from the right hand. No, you get him to be a defensive. He's better defensively than Jason Dominguez in the outfield. He still has some speed. He can steal you a bag or two. When you look at the Yankees bench, you got Grichuk, who has some speed. You got Cody Bellinger, who stole bases last year as well. You got Jose Caballero now for a whole season who can steal some bags. You got Ahmed Rosario who can steal some bags as well. So the Yankees, they're making their roster more athletic by bringing in Randall Grichuk. And shout out to Paul Goldsmith. The big dinosaur had a home run yesterday. Shout out to Goldie.
Yeah, Goldie looks good.
Shout out
he
to
may
Goldie.
be the old Schmidt, but he's playing like the old Schmidt. So
Ace, you're wrong for that. Okay, you're wrong.
One thing I loved last year was seeing Paul Goldschmidt and his son before every game working on the field, doing some infield. His son is out there every day with Caballero, with Jazz Chisholm, working, doing great. First of all, that's an amazing gift to be able to give your child. Homeschool him, and we're playing catch outside of Yankee Stadium before every game. I mean, in Yankee Stadium before every game is awesome.
Yeah.
That is great. I think he's been vocal about helping Ben Rice as well. And what did we see from Ben Rice yesterday? Couple picks.
Good scoop.
Good some scoops. Okay, everybody's talking shit on Ben Rice, and I'm seeing some improvement from him already. I hope that it just keeps rolling because Ben Rice is a young, really exciting player that we have control over for years to come. So, I mean, a huge piece right there. But I love Goldie Knox. He's just such a professional hitter. Talk about a guy with an incredible approach, an ability to adjust at the plate, to take what the pitcher gives him, send the ball the other way, or if he can put the power stroke on, he'll do that as well. Like, he's just so good, man. They can never make me hate you, Goldie. They can never make me hate you. He even got a hit off of a righty the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello. I mean, it's awesome. We love to see it. We love to see it. And he'll be on Team USA as well. So that's exciting. I'm getting really excited for the WBC, y'all. It's coming up. Did y'all hear, by the way, that have y'all heard about the Fanatics, horrible chaos with the jerseys?
I was just about to say, I'm glad you got yours because they're back ordered until the end of the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying to my husband last night. Y'all tell me what you think about this. Fanatics have grossly underestimated the amount of people who were going to buy an Aaron Judge Captain America Team USA jersey. And let me tell you why. First of all, Yankees, we run jerseys, okay? Everybody knows. If you're a Yankees player, you're going to sell jerseys, period, point blank. Okay. However, there are a lot of people out there who are baseball fans, who are not Yankees fans, who have just been salivating at the mouth, ready to buy an Aaron Judge jersey that's not a Yankees jersey, okay? Because Aaron Judge, the best player in baseball, but if you hate the Yankees, you're not going to rep him. But if he's not wearing a Yankees uniform, he's wearing an America uniform, you're like, oh yeah, I'm an Astros fan. I hate the Yankees. However, Aaron Judge, it is time for me to get an Aaron Judge jersey because it doesn't have the NY on it. You see what I'm saying? This is my comparison. I love Jalen Hurts, but I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay? So when I watch those games, I'm like, oh, I want Hurts to do well, but I hate the Eagles, right? Now, if Hurts
Why do you hate the Eagles, Grace? Why do you hate the Eagles, Grace?
Don't worry about that. If Hurts was playing on Team USA football, y'all know I would be ordering that jersey, okay? So this is what Fanatics did not calculate.
$419 for an Aaron Judge jersey.
You gotta be
insane.
shitting me. You gotta be shitting me.
For it to be
I
back
swear.
ordered too. Ooh.
You gotta be shitting me.
I
You
swear.
got, and the crazy thing is like Fanatics, they have a monopoly on like jersey, on like the jersey industry. And if there's one way to like collectively bring people together, is the fact that we have to get this monopoly and break this shit up. Fanatics can't be the only company that's allowed to produce these jerseys, because Alex, you ready? $419 for Aaron Judge Team USA World Baseball Classic jersey.
Absolutely.
That's not going to be here in time for the World Baseball Classic.
And it's not going to be here in time to even go to the World Baseball Classic because it's on back order. Yeah.
You're going to be fucked up.
Yeah, you heard her. you heard my girlfriend. You heard her. And talking about my girlfriend, I want to give her some credit because when we was in Puerto Rico, she got me the best Valentine's gift ever. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Aww. Bad gift. The real gift was me.
Yeah, she's the real gift.
No,
you know.
Oh,
love you,
Grace. You good?
Sorry.
I think hold on. There's one person, or there's like two topics that we got to touch on before we get out of here because I have a 12:30 hard stop. I got a 1 o'clock meeting I got to prep for. So there's two topics. The first one, we got to talk about Jazz Chisholm, because Jazz Chisholm has been making his way around when it comes to the headlines and the conversations. First off, I hope Jazz Chisholm has an amazing season. I'm rooting for him to go 50-50. He want to talk, he gonna go 50-50. Get your bag, my guy. But I made this video and I want to make Grace laugh. So here it is.
Now, give me money, or I shoot him, and I shoot all you motherfuckers, and then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
So when it comes to Jazz Chisholm, I hope he gets his money. What's your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I hope he gets his money too. I just don't think it's gonna be with us. There's no way the Yankees are gonna go with that price. I'm being as real as possible.
Okay,
you telling me? Okay, 35. Okay, first of all, let's preface this. The market is gonna set. Jazz can ask for whatever he wants. That's fair,
absolutely.
And you're worth what somebody's willing to pay you. But the market is ultimately gonna dictate what you got. Look at what happened with Cody Bellinger. Scott Boras thought Bellinger was worth this. Look at Pete Alonso. He also thought he was worth this. But the market ultimately dictates it. The Yankees need to be in a situation with Jazz Chisholm as well. I love Jazz. We love Jazz over here at the channel. But it needs to be one of those things where don't overbid and don't bid against yourself. Let the market dictate itself and make a fair bid for what you think this guy is worth. Personally, I think he probably ends up getting 25 to 28 million is what I think he ultimately ends up getting, which is fair market for a guy of his stature. And it also depends on what kind of year he has. But with the prospects that the Yankees have coming up with a George Lombard Jr., Dax Kilby is getting a lot of attention nationwide, not just from us. You also have Volpe, all that stuff. I don't think the Yankees are going to look at Jazz and say, yeah, this guy's worth $35 million. I don't think they're going to do it.
Okay, but for 8 years, you think 25 to 28 for 8?
I'm not worried about the years. I'm not worried about the years for position players because here's like they age better than pitchers. When it comes to position players. And also, if I was Jazz, Jazz is gonna get paid, and I think from somebody else, because like I said this numerous times. If you look at the upcoming positional players free agency, it's not good. He might be the headline. So therefore it could be a bidding war for Jazz. I don't think the Yankees are gonna go that high for him. If it becomes a bidding war.
Okay, let me give you my take. Sorry. Excuse me. Here's my take. Here's my hot take. Here's like Grace Monroe. She's crazy again. Okay. If Jazz Chisholm Jr. hits 50 fucking home runs this season, he will be a New York Yankee for life. This is my hot take.
Me, though. Him trying to get 50.
If he hits 50 home runs, he will sign with the New York Yankees. Not because necessarily the Yankees make him the best offer, but because he wants to be a Yankee. He wants to stay in New York. I do think that he is willing to take a little bit less money in order to stay in New York. If they give him the years, I could see it happening if he hits 50 bombs. If he hits 50 bombs, the Yankees will be foaming at the mouth. They'll be like, oh my God. He wants to be here. He loves New York.
Him going up there wanting 50 scares me because I don't need you going up there swinging for your swinging out your shoes every time, dude. Because then that means your batting average and strikeouts are going up.
I felt the same way, but let me tell you what made me feel better. The at bat that he had the other day where he just got the runner. Is that what you're going to say, Hector?
Yeah.
There was a runner on third, and he just got him. He brought him in. And then after the game, and after the game, they were interviewing him, and he specifically talked about hitting with runners in scoring position and making adjustments for the team. And I was like, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, Jazzy's really going to do it. Also, I want to bring up something that Michael K mentioned on his show. If you guys watch his show or listen to his show, he said if his goal is to hit 50, if his goal is to do 50-50, that also includes 50 stolen bases, which means he's got to be on the base paths that many times, which means he's going to be trying just to get a single or a double just in order to get onto the bases. So 50-50 isn't just 50 home runs. It's also 50 stolen bases. So that kind of, those two things made me feel better.
I was gonna say what Grace pointed out too. When you look at his at-bats this spring, he's having better quality at-bats this spring than what he did last year. Secondly, the ABS system is going to help Jazz Chisholm out because say what you want. I think some umpires may not like him because of his style of play. But when Jazz gets upset and he questions pitches and we're like, all right, every time we tell him, all right, cool, you got a right to be upset because when you look at the strike zone, after we look at it, Jazz Chisholm is right 8 times out of 10 or 9 times out of 10, whenever we look at the whole interaction with the umpire afterwards. What I will say, and Ace is smirking right now, what I will say is that confidently, I want him to go out there and play with that confidence. Can he get to 50 home runs? I'm not sure. Can he get to 50 stolen bases? I'm not sure. But he was almost 40-40 last year, and he missed a month and a half of the season.
Yeah, true. I was smirking because I just added another Grace Monroe drop to the channel.
Oh,
God.
Grace
let's
Monroe,
hear it.
the Jazz. No. It's gonna be on. I just.
Okay.
What you just said about Jazz, that was fire. People love the Grace Monroe drop. So
what
I'm
I
gonna be adding that.
Yeah,
you were like, you did the Jazz is so great, and
God.
that's
bars, Grace.
Yeah,
bars.
that right there is getting clipped. But when it comes to Jazz though, I like Jazz. I'm not taking anything away from Jazz, no doubt. I think like his best tools are when he can get on base and actually produce and get off to running starts, because if it wasn't for Jazz, I don't know, it would have been tough to beat Boston. Jazz hauled his ass all the way around from first base on that Austin Wells single, I should say. But yeah, Jazz is a guy that I would definitely like to get back for the right price. I just don't want the Yankees ultimately to bid against themselves. And if he can take a little hometown discount, that's great because he's still young and he's in his prime. So it's not like we're overpaying for overage veteran, stuff like that. So I'm okay with it.
I'm going to say, if you had to ask me, I'm putting a poll in the chat. Guys, make sure you interact with the new poll about Jazz Chisholm in the chat. Will he return to the New York Yankees in 2027? It's very simple. It's a yes and a no. Interact with the chat. YouTube pushes it in the algorithm. We got 40 people in the building right now watching us on YouTube, 110 collectively. So, guys, please keep on liking and sharing the live. I would say 50-50 if he were re-signed with the Yankees, for the simple fact of what Ace brought up. One, the free agent pool, not, especially for the infielders, is not the best over the next 3 or 4 years. On top of it, MLB is going to be adding 2 expansion teams. That will happen. One of them is in Orlando. I actually have the business card here in my wallet from one of the teams because I was talking to them when I was down there in the winter meetings, and it was with Barry Larkins, is one of the presidents that's with the teams. I can't even find it. I just had it 2 seconds ago. But it's in Orlando, and the other team, they're going back and forth, either Nashville or Canada. There's already one team already lined up for Orlando and Kissimmee. There's going to be a second expansion team either in Nashville, Tennessee, or in Montreal, Canada, because they're trying to bring the Expos back. And if Jazz Chisholm has a 50-50 season or a 40-40 season, and that expansion team, it gets approved in this next collective bargaining agreement, Jazz Chisholm will be a free agent. Other teams can sign him, and these expansion teams, 2 new teams that are coming into the league, they can throw the bag at him. You're muted, Ace.
Oh, my bad. This is a conversation for another day, but I can see Nashville. They've been trying to get that for a while already. But no, you're not wrong. You know, like guys like Jazz, it just depends on what's going to happen. But, you know, if you're Jazz Chisholm, you want to be able to get, you know, somewhat of a bag with the lockout looming. So.
Man, I'm telling you, if he hits 50 bombs, especially if he goes 50-50, the Yankees are going to make him an offer that's going to be a fair offer. Exactly. They're going to make him a fair offer. It's going to be like Robinson Cano all over again. Except here's the difference between Robinson Cano and Jazz. Jazz wants to stay a Yankee. That's the difference. Robinson Cano was willing to go to the Mariners. Whatever.
It was the extra $75 million, you know.
Well, and his little buddy Felix Hernandez was over there too. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. King Felix. Shout out to King Felix. But what I'm saying is, the Yankees are going to make him a fair offer, and I think he'll take it if he hits 50 bombs. If he doesn't hit 50 bombs, you know.
Okay, so I was about to say, so right now, Ace, off of what Jazz Chisholm has done so far in his career, if he's a free agent right now, what's a fair offer for you? When you
25 to 28. Yeah, 25 to 28 million. I think I'll give him the 8 years, 25 to 28 million dollars. But I'm gonna leave it up to the Jazz aficionado, Grace Monroe. She was Grace Stradamus. She called Jazz 30-30 season. Grace, what do you think ultimately ends up happening for Jazz Chisholm?
What do I think is gonna happen? I bet he hits. I could see him going 44 and 40.
40-40?
40-40, yeah. He'll hit 40. I think he'll hit 40-40. Yeah. I do think he'll hit 40-40 if he can stay healthy, because he's got those challenges in his back pocket and he knows he can utilize it. It's going to make him calmer at the plate. It's going to make him more focused at the plate. It's going to make him more strategic in a certain way and feel like less of a chip on his shoulder with the ump kind of mentality that he has been struggling with for good reason. However, I think it's really going to give him an advantage. I really, really do. I think it's going to give him an advantage. And he's also in his free agency walk year, so he's going to be showing out. And I think he'll hit 40-40.
So he was born in 99. So that's like his birthday was February 1st. Same sign as my sister. He's 27 years old. 27-year-old free agent. If he goes 40, Ace, you said for what he has done so far in his career, he already has 30-30 underneath his belt. You're 25-28 million. So if he was to get hypothetically 40-40 this upcoming season, there's an argument. Him saying 30-35 million is not that far out of it when you look at a guy who's 27, turning 28 in free agency. He already has a 30-30 season and a 40-40 season. Can play multiple position. Has already have one Gold Glove in his career at second base and an All-Star. That's not crazy for him to ask for 30-35 million if he's 40-40 this year.
Would it surprise y'all to know that, okay, he came late in the season, trade deadline, and then he had injury. But if you take just his first 162 games as a New York Yankee, 162 games as a New York Yankee, now it's been over, 2 years, okay? He has been 40-40.
Yeah. Look, I like Jazz. I want him to be a New York Yankee. Yeah, I want him to be a New York Yankee. But 40-40 is great, but it also has to prove what you're doing in regular season. Because the last 2 regular season, postseasons, I should say, the last 2 postseasons for him, he didn't do shit for us.
True.
So what you do in October matters. Like, I love the 40-40. It's great during the regular season. All that stuff. If he does it, I'm all for bringing him back. Ultimately, I think he probably ends up getting maybe close to 8 years. maybe close to 8 years. Like I said, I could see $25 to $28 million. It would be a lot more than what he's getting. I think the market will ultimately dictate what he's ultimately going to get. So we'll see. But the Yankees, I don't think are going to feel pressured because of all the – they're not going to feel pressured to have to because, like Marshall said, Nico Horner is a guy that's going to be available. They've been tied to him. They do have a lot of young guys that are in the minor leagues that the Yankees are going to look at like, okay, if we can bring Jazz back for something that makes sense, let's make it happen. But if not, we have these backup plans. We'll see.
Yeah. And listen, like you said, I want Jazz to be back. Hopefully he's back with the New York Yankees. Just want to let you guys know, I didn't tell you guys, but I'm telling you guys right now, Grace and Ace, today, everybody that's in the chat, in May, Hector Beauchamp from Uptown Sports TV and Latino Sports will be tag teaming with the people at Mama D's Empanada. We are putting on my first ever autograph signing. We are going to have Dylan Betanzas, former New York Yankee. We're working on Carlos Lagrange as well. Lagrange, I should say, so we can have a double barrel of Betances and Lagrange. We may be doing it at Bleeker's Trading Car Company in the city, or Bodega's Trading Cards is a spot in New Jersey, not that far from the city. It's Puerto Rican owned, so we're trying to keep it Latino flavored. So make sure you guys are on the lookout. It will be happening in May. We'll let you guys know. Those of you guys that are members to the channel, you're getting a special credit ticket to the game. I mean, to the signing, because you're already members to the channel. So when that comes out, we'll let you guys know about that. But also, news, the Yankees are retiring CC Sabathia's jersey. What's your thoughts about that? Let's talk about that over the next 5 minutes before we get out of here.
Oh my God. I saw that was happening, that they announced the date this morning, and I thought, am I going to fly to New York to see CC Sabathia's number guarantee? Y'all know he was my boy. I love him so much. And it would be so cool to go to that game and see the little ceremony and everything. So low key, I am looking at flights.
Listen,
Yeah,
congratulations to CC. Well deserved. The way that him and his wife, since coming to New York, we got to remember, CC's free agency, everybody picked him to go to the West Coast. He was supposed to be an Angel. The Angels is where CC was going to go. That's when the Angels were a competent organization, not what they are right now. But he was supposed to go to the Angels. The Yankees came in, swept in, and they took that, and they showed up with the big bucks. Him and his wife, they have been intertwined with the New York City culture and lifestyle. They have so many organizations, so many fundraisers that happen in New York City. So shout out to
his wife
CC.
is a real one.
His amazing wife, his amazing family. They're amazing, and it couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah, facts. CC just feels like what it used to be. The Yankees of yesteryear on when the pinstripes absolutely mattered at the highest degree. Like, he holds the Yankee standard at the end of the day. Like, and we will never forget him giving up his bonus for the team because his guy got hit. Like, that's something that speaks. It's not our money, so it's easy for us to be like, oh yeah, da-da-da. But that meant more to him defending his teammate than putting more money in his pocket. And he'll be going to Camden with a Yankee hat on.
Dude, I think the further we get from the 2009 championship without a championship, the more significant that team starts to feel to us. Because I remember in 2009 when we won, like, don't get me wrong, it was awesome. I loved it. I had a great time, okay? But I also, in the back of my mind, I didn't think, well, it'll be 15 years before we get back here, or it'll be 20 years before, or it'll be 25 years. No, I thought, okay, and let's run it back. I felt entitled to that World Series championship, as I'm sure we all, as Yankees fans, feel entitled to these World Series championships. We thought it was a regular thing. It felt like a regular thing. Like, a couple years, we'll get another one. Spoiler alert, we didn't.
We're coming close to the drought.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a drought. Let's call a spade a spade. It has been a drought.
We're coming close to the longest drought. We're only like
right.
If the lockout hits, we will be past the longest Yankee championship this drought.
And in hindsight, that team, every year, it's becoming more and more special. So I think the argument for a long time was, oh, you're going to retire CC's number just for that one championship. And now in 2026, we're looking back and we're like, yeah, we are. We are. Heck, you're muted.
When you talk about that 2009 team, right, there's one player that is waiting for the day he gets that phone call if the Yankees were ever to retire his jersey, and that's Alex Rodriguez. So I made a little funny video so we could talk about that, and I didn't play this for Grace. She heard it in the background, so it's like...
Oh, guys, I'm going through it. I'm going through it, guys. I'm really going through it. Like, what am I supposed to fucking do out here? Oh, guys, I'm going.
You know,
I love A-Rod, y'all.
I hope that A-Rod gets his day, but one, he's happy for his teammate CC Sabathia. But the right after that being happy for CC, he's thinking about when's it going to happen to him. And I think the Yankees are going to make him wait until he's an old man up there in age before they even do it. I think the Yankees are going to put him through that because of what happened towards the end of his Yankee tenure.
Yeah, well, we got to break the A-Rod curse because it's no coincidence that our drought happened when all this shit was going on, and maybe the Yankees just need to go ahead and do, for good karma, go out there and retire A-Rod's jersey, and maybe the baseball gods will reward us with the championship. I don't know.
Like the Lulu Yankee fan says, I didn't pay bills the last time the Yankees won. I was paying rent the last time the Yankees won, So, yeah, I kind of get your sentiment to a degree. But I hope A-Rod gets his day. I'm not sure if it will ever happen, though. I'm just keep it short like that.
Yeah. And just even if they didn't retire his jersey, stop giving it away. Like, I love Jazz, but come on, Jazz, you should have been like, hey, you know what? 13 is A-Rod's. It's so iconic. Let me just go ahead and stay away from that one. But they just
I'd rather Jazz over Joey Gallo.
I was going to say that.
I'll put it like that. I'd rather Jazz have A-Rod jersey number than Joey Gallo having A-Rod's jersey number, just because of how special that number 13 meant to me as a kid growing up.
I love
Same with me. I'm ready to take away that 11 from Volpe. Don't be disrespectful.
Alex is burning holes in my head for the Joey Gallo slander
the Joey Gallo slander.
She thinks Yankee fans are rude for how they treat Joey Gallo.
It is rude, but it's not for him as a person. It's just for him as an athlete, like as an employee, as a
Yeah, he didn't put the bag.
Not for him as a person.
He didn't put the fries in the bag properly, right, Grace? That's what it was.
That is not what I said.
I got one more video, and we're gonna end on this. Scott Boras shot down with Joe Sherman and John Heyman. And this was interesting. I want to get your thoughts on this.
I've known Hal Steinbrenner for a long time, and I negotiated with his father and with him. I learned something in the Juan Soto pursuit in the meeting when Hal was there, is that I saw an emotional commitment to competitiveness. I had not seen that personally before. We have conversations, we talk a lot on the phone, but I hadn't seen that in Hal. And I saw it again this year with Cody Bellinger. Again, where this is our guy. This is who we really want. It's our focus, what we're going to do. We obviously had to take a timetable of that negotiation, which is sometimes difficult for teams to deal with, but they stuck with it. That was their plan. That's what they wanted to do. And so the idea of being competitive, being personally committed, being involved, I've seen a transition in that in Hal, where I think that's how he feels about his leadership with the Yankees.
Can you hear my eyes rolling?
I hope what Scott Boras was saying is true. I hope what he said is true and not just him. All right, Hal, I'm going to throw something your way, give you a bone. We have a working relationship, a professional relationship. I'm going to try to do good for you in the media so Yankee fans can get off your back. That way in the future, when I ask you to give my player 8 fucking years, you give him 8 fucking years. But he didn't get 8 years. But I hope what he's saying is true and not the second part of my take.
Yeah, sounds like sucking up to me, but whatever.
Yeah, that's putting it light. That's putting it lightly and PG. So.
Well, I am trying to put it lightly and PG because Alex is upset for the way we've been talking today. All right. So.
Oh God.
I would have said a little bit more rated R, but yeah, that's what it feels like. Womp womp.
I just got to say, I miss talking Yankees with you guys. We're going to be back normally. Our two-a-day shows should start picking up Tuesdays and Thursdays. But we're also going to be including the open panel on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Mondays. We'll move it around during the week. Just got to figure out Ace's schedule as he drinks his beautiful. Is that fruit punch or cranberry juice? What's that?
Cranberry watermelon.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You know what? What's up with cranberry having 1 million kids? You got cranberry orange, you got cranberry apple, you got why does cranberry have so many fucking children?
Because it's disgusting by itself and it has to, mix with others. That's why. So
okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, Delulu, we will be
It's
having
the Nick Cannon of juices.
Nick Cannon of juices is crazy.
Bang, bang.
Shout out to Drumline. Great movie.
Yeah, definitely a great movie. Yes, Delulu, we will be having some World Baseball Classic open panels as well. Let's shout out the chat before we get out of here. Delulu Yankee fan, love you, my guy. Big time, Jerry Cadill. I appreciate you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Joel with the $10 super chat. Home from the hospital. Glad to be with my morning brew crew. Let's pay Hector for his trips. Joe, I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping the 10 memberships. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You help us out tremendously. And yeah, this definitely helps when I go and cover the World Baseball Classic and the end of Yankees Spring Training. So I appreciate you. Our good friend Dave, who's a new member, C Money, Kayla Vasquez, Chris K with the $5 super chat. For some reason, I wasn't getting any of these super chat notifications.
I think they're old. I think they're from last show.
No,
I think they're from last show.
What?
No.
Oh, it was from today?
I think it was from no, these from last show. Yeah, these are from last show.
Yeah,
well, anywho, we got
StreamYard didn't refresh.
Yeah, StreamYard didn't refresh. Anywho, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you guys so much for helping us out over here. But until next time, I'm Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
Yours truly, the Ace.
And this has been another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. Grace, are you wearing the national flower of Puerto Rico on your blouse?
Is the national flower of Puerto Rico a rose?
No, it's not a rose. I thought it was the flower that Lady Gaga wore on the Super Bowl. Sorry.
What is it?
It looked like it. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's Florida.
But I wish I was.
Maga. Yeah. I'll send it to you. But anywho, love you guys. Peace. Arriba de Dirty. Hasta luego. And until next time, drink some water, you beautiful people.
What are your thoughts when facing an